15th meeting of the Board of Public Works and Safety. Roll call. Here.
Here.
Are there any conflict of interest statements?
Nope.
Approval of the minutes. Did anyone get a chance to look at the minutes of April 28th?
I move to defer the reading of April 28th minutes.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. Item 5A, correspondence, agreement with First Group Engineering for engineering services for the Calumet Avenue and River Drive project number 16-0066, submitted for approval. This is an engineering agreement with a lump sum fee not to exceed $14,000. Do I have a motion to approve the agreement?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. Item B, correspondence received from City Engineer Dean Button recommending a bid award for the Hawk Signal equipment to the lowest responsive and responsible bidder of Traffic Control Corporation in the amount of $15,642. Do I have a motion accepting that recommendation?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item C, correspondence received from City Engineer Dean Button recommending a bid award for the Hawk Signal installation to the lowest responsive and responsible bidder, Midwestern Electric. The amount is $23,800. Do I have a motion approving that recommendation?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item D, correspondence received from First Group Engineering recommending a bid award for the mast arm signal pole quotes to the lowest bidder of Midwestern Electric, submitted for approval. The bid on that was $5,800. Do I have a motion accepting that recommendation?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. Item E, correspondence received from the Hammond Police Department submitting various approvals for street closures and block parties. These are ones that we sent to them, I think mostly last week. The first one's actually already taken place.
Oh, okay. Do we need action on these?
So we probably just need to concur with the police department's recommendations.
Make a motion to concur with the police department's recommendation to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. Item F, license agreement received from Atlantic Richfield Company and its representative Stantec Consulting Services for property located at Roosevelt Street and White Oak Avenue for environmental testing.
This is the
Go back.
continuation agreement of testing of the pipelines that go across the Grand Calumet River at that location. And they've had leaks and spills in the past, and they're continually doing monitoring in that area to make sure there's no residual contamination. So I recommend approval.
These lines are running north and south?
Right.
Yeah, there's a pipeline corridor that runs down White Oak Avenue there. There's a whole bunch of different pipelines in it.
6 or 7.
Make a motion to approve the agreement.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. Thank you, Ron. Are you sticking around for G? Environmental restrictive covenant submitted for approval. And this is, where's this at?
This is on the far east end of the golf course, part of the former BP, the Amoco research facility. This was an area that was contaminated, and testing over the years has shown that it has been reduced to industrial standards, and this is the covenant from the state to restrict the use of that land. It's restricted to industrial use, and it cannot be used for commercial and or residential use. This is the state's quote-unquote gold card to show that you have done the job, and the state will provide you with a covenant not to sue, provided you file this with the county and it becomes a record as part of the property.
Do we have a motion to approve the covenant and sign off on it?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those against? Motion passes. Thank you. Do you have anything else, Ron? That's it?
That's it for today.
Okay. Item H, correspondence received from AT&T requesting permission to perform work at 4206 Columbia Avenue. It looks like they're going to be running a line from Goslin over to this property. And they're going to be doing it underground, so I don't see a problem with it. Did our city engineer have a chance to look at this? It actually runs into Parkway on the east side of Columbia. Well, we can approve it subject to your review.
Okay. Make a motion to approve, subject to the review and approval of the city engineer.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Hearing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. Item I, sales agreement and appraisal for property located at 4718 Cameron.
I'm not sure if anybody recalls, this is back before Labor Day. There is a 25-foot vacant, not buildable lot on Cameron that the city of Hammond has owned since 1982 for whatever reason. We could find no reason why we owned it. The adjoining property owner wished to purchase it. I had the property formally appraised, and the purchase offer is actually the top value of all the comparable properties. And so I'm just asking, in light of what the property is actually worth, there is a purchase agreement. I would just ask the board to approve sale of the vacant 25-foot lot to the adjoining homeowner.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. Item J, rental registration hearing for property located at 825 Merrill and 1016 Dracker. Is that property owner here? Yes. You own both properties?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mr. President, what I have is that both properties are owned by this owner, and they have not been registered for 1415 Ward
14, 15,
16.
or 16?
Correct. And there is a tenant in the one property. She's been in there since 15, so I know at least the one, which is the Andrew, she's been a renter since 15. And the other one, same thing. So I'm not sure why she would have been registered for.
Both one units?
Were they registered prior years, or
Yes. And
what happened?
my mother-in-law had a fire, and she moved into the Earl Street property, and my wife said parents, so when my wife was taking care of this for us, they said, you know, if you have a parent or a daughter, and my daughter ended up moving into Dracker Street property, so we thought we were exempt, we didn't know we had to pay. And so we got the letter stating that there was a penalty, and that we didn't register.
When was the last time you had somebody who was a renter, not a family member, in one of these
Since
properties?
2015, it's stated, right, but we haven't been able to get it because we had to come here to get it released. They won't allow us to pay the fee, the $50 fee, for 15 or even 16.
So in 14, it was rented out to somebody else?
No, just my mother-in-law
So
and, yes,
in 14 and 15, family was in there?
yes.
And
then
nobody's
when
been
she
in there
moved
in
out
16?
And when she moved out in 15, someone else moved in 15, and they've been there since.
Okay.
So we basically have a tenant since mid-summer of 15 and then a tenant in 16.
Right, and willing to pay the regular fee as we always have paid. It was just a penalty that we weren't aware of. So I guess what I'm asking the council is to pay the 14, 15, and 16 $50 fee.
Only half the year. Only half the year. Family was in there only half the year of 15.
Even if it's 1 month, he's like there.
But when he's saying somebody else came in, that wasn't a family member,
On
correct?
Murrow Street. My daughter's still in Dracker Street.
Okay. So for one of the properties, it's been family member the whole time?
Yes.
Okay.
He'll need to fill out an application
Right.
for the Bradford one, and then he just needs to register Merrill for 15 and 16. So you have to fill out an application.
No issues? All right. I'm gonna make a motion to waive the late fees for these, okay? You do need to register the one property for 15 and 16, a rate of $5 each year. The other one, because you have a family member in there, you need to sign the waiver so that we don't charge you for that, okay? Or the affidavit, I'm sorry.
And you just say have it downstairs? Okay.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. Item K, correspondence received from Dale Parrish requesting a stop sign at the corner of Lyons and Howard due to increased traffic with children in the area, and also requesting a speed limit sign to be placed along Lyons. Do we have a motion to refer these to Gary Gleason for recommendation?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item L, correspondence received from Brian Miller, Director of Public Safety, Purdue University Northwest, requesting permission to place a dumpster flush with the building or in the street as needed for properties located at 7040 Indianapolis Boulevard, 7026 to 7034 Indianapolis Boulevard. Purdue has purchased these properties and intends to remodel and upgrade starting mid to late October. It appears there's enough room in the back to place them, if they place it flush against the building. What do you think? You went past there, right?
I'm just not sure what he means when he says, in the street on Indianapolis Boulevard as needed.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. In Indianapolis Boulevard, we couldn't give them the permission anyway because it's a state highway. And that could create a visibility problem because those dumpsters are a lot bigger than an automobile.
I have no issue with it being in the alley.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna create a problem because it looks like the actual driving portion of the alley is outside of where this is gonna be, because it is a 6-foot door. You're probably not gonna extend into the driving portion of the alley anyway. So I would probably recommend that they place it in the alley, flush up against the building like he's talking about here. And, that should work. You wanna make that motion?
I'll make the motion that the dumpster requested by Purdue University Northwest be placed in the alley flush with the building. So moved.
Second.
We have motion and second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. Item M, correspondence received again from James Foster requesting the status hearing on 4839 Elm scheduled for September 22nd be continued to a coordinated status hearing in October, submitted for approval.
Yeah, if you will recall, the 4839 Elm is the case with the removal of the illegal apartment, which was continued for 2 years at the Board of Works level. And then we entered the order, and it was appealed, and the order was actually sustained by, I believe, Judge Hawkins, and now it's up on appeal to the Court of Appeals. However, now we're asking him actually to remove the unit that was ordered by the court to be removed, and we have a hearing set for September 22nd, which is continued from August 18th. If we set a date in October, I'm just asking that it be a short date, because I know I don't want this to be continued for another 2 years. Well, we have excuse after excuse. So we have, what is it, the second, we have the 6th, and then we have, what, the 12th, the 13th? Maybe the one after that, the 20th, and then just, that's it. I don't want to continue it anymore after that.
So you want to reschedule it for the 20th?
I don't want to reschedule it for the 20th, but if we go forward on the 22nd, it's just going to wind up getting appealed, and it's going to, so let's just do it on October 22nd, say final continuance, and be done with it. And I would like a letter from the Board of Works indicating that this is the final continuance.
I'll make a motion to approve the recommendation.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. Item N, correspondence received from Hammond Public Library requesting banners be removed and new banners be installed. We have a comment here from Gary Gleason that he doesn't have the manpower to do this. These are banners that the library purchased, and I don't know, maybe they can get somebody else to help them do the installation. But right now, Gary's saying that he doesn't want to do it. do we want to respond to this letter and just say that we don't currently have the manpower, but if they want to place him, they can have somebody else do it?
Yeah, we'll make that motion.
Okay.
Make a motion to respond to the letter indicating that we do not have the manpower to assist at this time with the banners. Can we put out their own expense?
So, second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion
Aye.
passes. Item O, correspondence received requesting rental registration hearings. There's a couple of them here. You want to start looking at the garage sale? There's a bunch of them.
We've got 3 here. When do you want to send them?
October, when, 13th? October 6th?
Make a motion to set the rental registration hearings for October 6th.
We have motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item P, garage sale permit submitted for approval. We got a bunch of them. Garage sale season is almost over.
Okay.
16, 17, and 18, only 2 days, right? Only 2 days, right?
Right.
One of them's asking for the 16th and the 18th.
And there's one that's
Oh.
asking for the 16th and the 24th.
Or would that just be 2 days and no 17?
Seems odd. Oh, okay.
Friday and Sunday kind of thing?
Okay. All right, well. Motion to approve the garage sale permits?
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against? Motion passes. Item 6, matters from other board members, matters from other department heads or their representatives, new business, old business, meetings open to the public. Is there anyone in the audience who'd like to step up to the podium?
Hi, my name is Mary Ellen Slasek. I'm at 517 Lewis. I don't see it on the agenda today, but I did see in the paper a legal notice about tearing down 505 Highland Street. It's a big 2-story house. It's been empty for about 2 years now. The family got foreclosed on, which is a shame. I know this place was tagged by the city, and since then the mortgage company, I believe Citicorp is the one that owns it, they have done a lot of work to it. They put on a new roof on the house, on the garage. They put some new windows in, they put a new front door, they redid the front porch. They did repaint the house, but the paint job is ugly and it needs to be repainted again. But what I'm concerned about is I've seen it on the demo order. And I'd hate to see this house torn down. Dave Ham's dad used to live there on the 2nd floor for many, many years. And this was a beautiful house at one time. It still is pretty, but not with the ugly color it's painted now. I hate to see it become an empty lot, and it'll stay an empty lot because the building next door is a rental place, and the landlord there does not keep it up very well at all. So there's nobody that's going to buy this lot. It's going to sit and sit and sit. Over on Lewis Street, we've had 2 houses torn down. Of course, Highland's 1 block over from you. I realize that. And nobody has bought the lots. And there's another house on Lewis Street that's going to be torn down, 420, which, from what I understand, it really should be torn down. The condition on the inside is deplorable, to say the least. And I guess a neighbor over there might buy that lot. But this lot here, if this house is torn down, it's just going to sit. Right now, the mortgage company has been keeping up with the property taxes, which is almost a miracle because most of the time the places are foreclosed on, as you have all seen. The mortgage company quits paying the taxes, but they've kept it up. I also have a couple of family members that might be interested in this house if it goes up for sale, But tearing it down is not a solution. I'm surprised nobody is here from Citicorp. I don't know what the correspondence has been between you all and Citicorp. but I want to see this house saved. I don't want to see another empty lot in my neighborhood. And all it'll do is attract junk like the other lots. They'll quit paying taxes like the other lots, and I don't want to see that happen. More and more places are torn down, and some of them do deserve it. Okay, they need a bulldozer years ago, but some of them do not. It's going to make the increased burden on the rest of us homeowners. I've been a homeowner in Hammond since 1973. My middle daughter bought a house on Waltham Street. Hers was empty for 4 years. My house on Lewis was empty for 2 years. My old house on Pine was empty for 10 years before I bought it. And I rehabbed all these places. My daughter did work on the empty house she bought, and I want to see this house have a chance. I want to see a family have a chance to make this a home again. There used to be a family of a husband and wife and 5 kids there, and they lost it. And it's a sad thing, but I want to see it revived. I don't want to see another empty lot. Thank you.
Thank you.
I can provide some clarification if I need. This is a property that was set for demolition at our June or July hearing date. I can't recall what our June or July hearing date was. And an order to demolish was entered. Its open bid date is the 29th. So Mary Ellen's right, she probably did see something in the paper, but the open bid date is the 29th. I did receive a call from Tim McKay. He's an attorney down in Indianapolis. He's actually very nice and easy to work with. And the bank has requested an inspection from Kurt Cook. I don't know if he's gotten around to doing it. Now, the only hiccup in this is if they've done all this work, they've done it without permits, and so the bank is going to probably get fined, but that doesn't change the fact that there is a person who has contacted me about fixing it. And the open bids aren't until 29th, which is 2 weeks from today.
Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Dale Parrish, and I submitted the correspondence for the stop signs at Howard and Lion Street.
Yeah, we have referred that to Gary Gleason.
Okay. Do I
Gary will take a look at it and see if the warrants are met for the stop sign, and they'll probably just put the speed limit sign up.
Okay, all right,
You don't need to come back, sir. We'll send you something, let you know the outcome.
okay, thank you.
Anybody else?
There was a gentleman, yeah, the council brought somebody over that wanted to.
Hello, everybody. My name is Augusto Echevarria. I live on 4817 Hickory Avenue. I come in order to speak for Mrs. Almanza on 4834 Hickory Avenue. The NIPSCO worker replaced the lights, wooden post on that area. And they also took the signs of the no parking area for the driveway. And they did not put them back. I talked to the people that were working that day. They told me that they are going to put it back, everything what they found on the street of the house, and they never done it till now. All I want to know is this: are they gonna put it back somewhere? They tell me the city, okay? Are they gonna put that sign back? And the lights, they are going to put the lights. Reason is this: that area is very unsafe. I live on 4817.
Well, you're saying that NIPSCO took the pole down?
Yes, when NIPSCO start replacing all these wooden posts, they took them down. And the lights was adhesive on the post. The post was located next to the driveway.
That's not a project that we're putting up ornamental lights, is it? Hickory? What's the address on Hickory?
4834 Hickory?
That sounds very familiar. That might be a lighting project. I can verify it upstairs once I go down there. That's
I
in the
give his
second district.
information.
That's a
You
lot of
can let him
street.
know.
It
Sir?
sounds like something that we may be doing.
Sir, it sounds like we might be, if you've seen around the city where there's the decorative lighting, the shorter posts, It sounds like it's a lighting project the city's going to replace with those lamp posts instead of the big NIPSCO.
My whole request is this, just to put it back, whatever they found it in there, or not, give me the material. I did, well, 49 years ago, I put those signs. I did, because I bought my car in 1970, I'm 4817, he could have one. I put those signs because I was related to the people. But now they took them off, they came up with this new renewal, remodeling. They are making a mess. It's dark. At night, anybody can kick. It's out.
Well, why don't you stay after the meeting, sir? We'll get your information, and then we can follow up on it and give you a call and let you know what the situation is.
The situation is very bad. The news is very ugly because there are robberies around there, there are breaking-ins around there, and there's a gang that runs from Hustling Street to 150 Street, and no one said boom.
Would you be willing, Jonathan,
But
to
I
take
am
him
the
downstairs?
one that lives on 4817.
You know what? Jonathan works in the engineering department. He's gonna go down. Why don't you go down with him and we'll check and make sure that we don't have a project there to change out the lights.
Okay.
'Cause
now,
that may be what's going on.
the Mr. Torres already went there.
Who?
But Mr. Pete Torres went. And he talked to me and I told him, but I don't see no reason. Reason is I'm coming because they already broke my daughter's car right in front of my driveway. Huh? And plus, they robbed the house on the front of my house. Now, the older men, they are afraid. They say, they're going to hurt me. I said, don't worry. You see? Now, factor one is this. I don't want to hurt the innocent man. Because if I see anything, and therefore I want to be this clear. Because there are no lights. They say, we don't see it. They park anywhere they want.
Well,
People come over to the shop, no.
He's gonna go downstairs with you and find out what's going on.
But I come to speak.
Well, that's the reason why we need to find out what's going on. So he'll take a look, see if there's a project going on there, and if there's a light that was taken down by NIPSCO that shouldn't have been, we'll get that straightened out. Okay, Jonathan?
Every how often do you go down there? Huh? Once a year? Once in 10 years? I don't see nobody.
Okay, thank you.
The only time that I see it was
Take him down.
the election. Then they say, oh, please. Oh, because I have a big family.
Well,
Huh? But in order to be on safety, anybody can keep going.
well, go down with Jonathan. He'll look it up and tell you what's going on or figure it out for you. He's a representative of the engineering
The
department.
next time I will in my way. I ain't got nothing to lose.
Okay, thank you.
Fact.
We meet every Thursday if you want to come back and let us know the status.
No, I don't need to come. I don't need to come back.
No, I like it.
Huh?
Come back next Thursday, let us know what happens.
For what?
Is there anyone else in the audience?
They can say,
Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Wait, there's more. One more.
There's one more. Sam?
I'm from Chicago, man.
We have 116, 1116 Moss, we have a rehab extension.
Okay.
Can you give me that address again?
1116 Moss. The owners of the property are here and they have signed a rehab agreement, which I just handed them this morning. I sent it earlier, but they didn't get it, so they've got it now. So they just want to come up to the podium and say something.
Please state your names for the record.
Sofia Costello and Betsaida Velasquez.
Okay.
Yeah, we're here for the rehab agreement. We just want to get it signed. We're going to be done, they told us, for December 1st. And they said,
Sign it. You gotta sign with your name on last page.
okay. they said that, we had been working for 2 years. My mother-in-law, that's my mother-in-law, she has proof that it was since last year. And, yeah.
Chris, we have no issues with this, giving them the extension, or?
Here's the issue. I need you to sign now, okay?
Tiene que firmarlo. Ahí.
Firma aquí. The issue is that this property will be 2 years ordered demolished in January of 17. At that point in time, our order expired. We have gone to 2 rehab agreements, which have expired, which reaches 6-month rehab agreements with the project not being completed. So I just want them here today to understand that this is it. It's got to be done by December. We waited. The demo order has been on the property for 2 years. We bought the property with a demo order on it. This wasn't a surprise. There was a demo order when they bought it with the Wendy Wayne property. They've got to get it done. We have windows open. We had, remember this was where we had the weird Dr. Seuss stairway that was coming out of the windows over the sidewalk and stuff was going on. It's just got to get done. I mean, it's been 2 years. We've had projects that have been finished in 90 days. This has been going on under their supervision for 18 months. So that's all. I just want them to know we set hearings, nobody ever shows up. And so Kelly had said, let's just move forward with the demolition, but then after speaking with them, she wanted to give them a little bit more time. The December 1st is issued. There will be no more continuance.
Dice que para diciembre primero ya va a ser. El último día que dice que ya han sido 2 años.
No son 2 años. Juan, ¿va a ser un año? Action on this motion?
¿Qué es un año?
Yeah, we need to make a motion, right?
And we just want to make sure she understands.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to make a motion to approve this extension of the rehab agreement. She needs to understand this will be the final extension. If it's not completed by December 1st, we will move forward with the demolition.
Yeah, but I mean, what do you mean about being 2 years? We
The
got,
demolition order was entered in January of 2015. You purchased the property from Wendy Wayne. Since that time, you've gone through 2 rehab extensions. One expired, work not done. The second one expired in June, work not done. We need it done, all done, complete, done. And then you have till December 1st.
okay, but we got proof that, she got the bond on August, it was in August of 2015. That's when she bought the house.
Right, so that's what I'm saying, it's going on 2 years. January is 2017.
Is there any work done on the property?
There's some work, the roof got done, but I think the roof was done in February. I mean, the windows are still wide open to the elements, I think they're sitting in the basement.
The window is not open.
Habla todo lo que te voy a decir. Yo estoy arreglando esta casa porque estoy con mi hijo. Soy una persona viuda y trabajo 12 horas. Y mi hijo me está ayudando. Entre los dos estamos arreglando esa casa porque estaba toda desordenada. Di todo lo que te estoy diciendo.
So that's the part of the delay. I mean, it's finances and the family members are doing the work, but we just gotta get it done because otherwise we're gonna start over.
Okay. She understand that it'll need to be done by December 1st, right? Okay.
That's understood.
Yeah, yeah, we got it.
And then I have one last issue to bring up.
Hold on, do you want to do the motion?
Second, right? Second on Heather's motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. We have a request to use the Russell Street parking lot for a special event this evening.
Correct,